Before his death in this week's Torah portion, the patriarch Jacob, Yaakov, gives a beautiful blessing to his grandchildren, Ephraim and Manasseh, the sons of Joseph, Yosef. The last sentence in that blessing is so famous, so iconic, that thousands of years later, Jewish parents are still singing it to or with their young children before tucking them in for the night. The blessing of Hamalach HaGoel. Yaakov says, may the angel who redeemed me from all evil bless the lads, and may my name be called in them, along with the names of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, and may they multiply like fish in the midst of the earth. Now I get it. Fish are cute, and they're friendly, and they're colorful, and they're delicious. You give me some sushi for lunch and a tuna steak for dinner, and I'm good. But couldn't Yaakov have come up with something with a little more gravity? Something a little more impressive than fish? But the sages tell us that there were specific reasons why he used that analogy. First of all, the Jewish people are like fish. We must always remain connected to the Torah. If we're disconnected, we're like fish out of water. We can't breathe. We can't live. Second, fish multiply at incredible rates. We needed that blessing of fertility to counteract all the attempts throughout our tortured history by our enemies to exterminate us. And third, because fish are under the water, they can't be counted and they can't be seen, and therefore they're outside the reach of the evil eye. But what exactly is the evil eye? Difficult to understand, difficult to explain. The best explanation I ever heard is that if a person takes the resources or talents that God gave him or her and flaunts them in a manner that creates jealousy among others, then God up in heaven may reevaluate, re-examine whether that person is still deserving of those gifts. Very scary indeed. I play many roles in my life, but perhaps the most important is that I'm the steady quarterback for the touch football games between my younger boys. I remember a couple years ago when my 6-year-old twin boys were old enough to join the games, one of them scored his first career touchdown. And I reached out my hand so that he could flip me the ball for the next play, and he looked at me and he said, "Wait, I have to do my touchdown dance." And he proceeded to bust out some ridiculous moves. And I said to him, "Who told you you have to do a dance after you score a touchdown?" And of course he named one of his older brothers. But I told him and his other brothers that you don't need to and you shouldn't do a dance after scoring a touchdown. Instead, act like you've been in the end zone before. And you certainly shouldn't ever flip your bat after a home run. Just put your head down and circle the bases like you've done it previously. That way you'll avoid jealousy and it won't take anything away from the athletic accomplishment. And when it comes to spending the money with which God blesses you, perhaps the best way to avoid the evil eye is to tone it down a little, to make sure to always spend at least one level below what you can afford. Now that will still allow the rich to live larger than others, but God up in heaven will know that that person advisedly and carefully spent below his or her means. And realize, whatever you permit for yourself or for your children creates a plateauing effect. You get used to that. If you stay at a Mandarin Oriental, it's going to be very difficult to stay at a Motel 6 on your next vacation, or to transition from a room at the Ritz-Carlton to a room at the Red Roof Inn. And if you ever get to fly and relax in business or first class in a flatbed seat, go try sitting in economy class on your next flight. Not easy. Better to tone it down, live below your means, and avoid the evil eye.